There's to it. So, Mike McCoy, and what I've been thinking about is we need an apocalypse fly because we may be approaching that. And so this is sort of a roadkill version in an emergency. You just grab what you run over and you start throwing it on a hook. You need a couple of these to take with you when you trek down to my place, which may be the only safe place left. And it may take you a couple weeks to walk there from the big city. But, protect these flies because you may need them when you get down there to feed yourself. So here we go. Now you're going to be able to catch just about anything on these because in an emergency situation, you're going to eat about anything. So I'm going to throw a little tail on there for the wiggle. And I had a little flash out of my shirt that I just lost. I'm going to grab a couple more here. And that's to attract, either the girls or the fish. Lay a little of that in there. I'll leave some of that for ribbing. That's always fun. We got to have something on the body, so got a little fur off the muskrat I ran over. Yep. Let's compress that on the line. Those little dubbing ropes are easy to make, and they're quick. Let's keep putting some of that on there. Remember, when you're doing dubbing rope, you go one direction with your twists, not like winding an old watch. And I know watches nowadays you don't wind, but old people had watches that you wound. And even though it looked like you were going both ways, you're only going one way. Same thing with dubbing. And one of the things you can do with this, you generally want a smaller butt section because that's how bugs are built. And the apocalypse bug here, built like all the rest of them. So from smaller to bigger. And you can just wrap back into it to keep that building towards the front. So that goes from smaller to bigger.
Awesome.
A lot of people use wax for dubbing thread. Never use it.
Yeah.
Stupid. Don't need to use wax. Just a thought there. Okay, we got that on there. We're going to do a little wrap. We're going to go backwards. So you go backwards on the way you put your dubbing on there if you want it to be on top more, because it won't fall down in between your wrap. It'll stay more on top. And generally, you try to not do more than 4 or 5 turns. That's my theory.
Oh, really?
Wrap in front, wrap in back.
All right. That's
Trim that off about there. We'll keep that in there for under the front part. Now this part can be important. So there was a pheasant on the way and I whacked him. We're going to eat him later, but we're going to use some of these rough feathers here. And when you're putting these on, if you just groom them a little bit as you go, groom them backwards, keeps them from getting wrapped over. Now it's important on the apocalypse fly that's a little ragged, because trust me, life's going to be a little ragged. So your flies should commemorate that.
I'm back to get it on.
Now, the nice part about fly tying is, even if it looks bad, you can correct it by wrapping back over some of it.
You got sauce. Well,
Bring that up, hold it back, and since we're in difficulty in the world, you don't have a tool to do your knot. You're going to use what God gave you, your finger.
Now,
I'll do that one more time just so you know how. Thread out, fingers on top, come across, peace sign. That's for the people who grew up in the 70s. They'll know what that is. Now, guys, it's sort of a historical thing, but that's a thing. Peace. Pull down with the middle finger, place it with pointer. Peace. Peace.
right, you want
And you go.
here.
The apocalypse fly. Now, when you get these, guard these, because there's going to be people that are going to want these. So put them in a pocket where nobody's going to find them. The apocalypse fly, baby. For all manner of things.